Excuse me, Cody. What? Cody, obviously a very emotional night for you. Do you have any parting words for the WWE Universe?
For parting words? Yeah, sure. Randy Orton beat me fair and square. That's what happened. He was the better man. I lost. That happens. It was that damn stipulation. If I lose, I'm fired? My job, my dream? I shouldn't be surprised, because for over 2 decades, the McMahons have hated their roads. My dad set Florida on fire. He was a Hall of Famer. He shows up here, they put him in polka dots, and they make him dance. My brother was a second-generation stud, the Natural, and I loved him. And they put him in gold paint, and he has never been the same. And me, I have a wife to provide for now, Josh.
Cody, you mentioned your wife, you're getting married soon. Have you spoken to your fiancée? Do you have anything that you want to say to her now as she's watching Monday Night Raw?
Now, you heard that little promo from Cody Rhodes? I know all of you heard that little promo from Cody Rhodes. I know all of you did. He did a good job in that promo. You know, I cannot tell you how I'm disgusted with tonight's Raw. They fucked up once again. Just like they fucked up WrestleMania Night 1 and WrestleMania 2. And this is going to make all of you fans stop watching WWE, because this is really pissing me off. As late Peter Finch always used to say, and God rest his soul, this is what he always used to say. I'm going to show it to all of you right now. This is what he always used to say. You know, I know you remember this 1976 movie Network. As the late Peter Finch always used to say, from the Academy Award winning film Network, this is what he always used to say. I'm going to show it to all of you right now.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
Yeah, that was Peter Finch from the 1976 movie Network, and I feel the same way as him. Because I am mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I feel the same way as him. I'm mad as hell too, because I'm not going to take this anymore with WWE doing this shit to make a show week show tonight on Netflix. Name my topic tonight is called it's called lazy and again lackluster in Las Vegas. Tonight. WWE will fail big time. That's my topic tonight. Yeah, I'm the Godfather. So before I start with tonight's show, I'm gonna open up the show with this classic match from 40 years ago today, which took place in Maple Leaf Gardens. Hulk Hogan versus Paul Orndorff at the Maple Leaf Gardens. With facing off against the mortal Hulk Hogan against Paul Orndorff. From Madison Square Garden, from Maple Leaf Garden. I'm gonna find that match right quick. Yeah, I'm gonna find that match right quick, and from March 21st, 1985. 40 years ago, and commentators were Gorilla Monsoon and just the late Gorilla Monsoon and WWE Hall of Famer Jesse the Body Ventura. I'm open up that with that right about now. So stick around and get ready for my rant, and I'll be right back.
We begin with heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan defending the title against Paul, Mr. Wonderful, Orndorff. Now, Orndorff, when he first entered the WWF, was under the influence of men like Roddy Piper. And with friends like that, it came as no surprise that Orndorff began as a dangerous rule breaker. Although he's now changed his approach, we're going to show you one of those earlier matches where Orndorff, without qualification, one of the finest all-around athletes in the world, would prove formidable competition for the Hulk.
Don't want to give Orndorff that upper hand. Nice slingshot move. Wow, caught him full speed ahead. Clothesline right to the esophagus. Orndorff right into the corner looking for a little timeout here. Bails right out completely.
Well, that's a smart move on the part of Mr. Wonderful. He got caught, he's rocking, he's reeling. Jump out, get your marbles together. This is for all of us.
He certainly is shook up. He's trying to collect himself, get it back together. He had a game plan coming into this matchup, I'm sure, and he wants to just take time out here and try to put that back into effect.
Well, Hogan better be wary too, because Mr. Wonderful may have recovered. He may be playing a little possum right here on the champion, so the champ better be aware.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Mr. Wonderful, extremely intelligent individual.
And tough.
Finally, lock up in the center of the ring, side headlock by the champ. And boy, when he slaps that on with those python arms he's got, it's really a side headlock.
That's the quickest way to cauliflower ears is right there.
Oh, tell me about it. Shot in, a 360 done by Mr. Wonderful. It backfired as the champ caught him with a shoulder block coming out of there.
Well, the weight advantage in this match is definitely with Mr. Hulk Hogan.
No question.
Hogan with about 50 pounds on Mr. Wonderful, I believe.
Well, once you get up into this category, 50 pounds is an awful lot, Jess.
Definitely. But then again, the weight can work against you the longer the match goes.
Absolutely. You're definitely going to fatigue more easily. However, in my book, good little man never ever beat a good big man.
I'll go along with that, Gino, being that I consider myself a good big man like you do.
Yes, sir. I've seen a lot of little men take some big men who weren't very good and make them look awful bad. But I've never seen a good little man beat a good big man. Finger pointed by the champ. Nice block there. Both men now exchanging right hands. Wow. Champ used an eye gouge. I guess he's pulling out all the stops.
He must be, because that's unlike Hulk Hogan. Oh, what a clothesline.
Hogan followed him right into the corner. Look at that, as he was dropping to his knees, rammed his head down into the canvas. Hogan not taking any chances here. Look out, atomic drop. A lot of derogatory remarks went down prior to this matchup. Champion is certainly taking exception to him. Down for the cover, he won't get him.
So far, this match has been all Hogan from the start. Mr. Wonderful's been caught totally off guard. Now he's coming back.
Nice knee lift. Orndorff now with an elbow to the back of the head and another one. Orndorff got the champion reeling a little here. Wow, there goes another one, and the champ is down. Prone, face first, on the mat cover. There's that knee right to the back of the head again. Once more. I could lose his equilibrium that way. Handful of hair, and the champ through the middle rope. Out onto the concrete floor here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. As this capacity crowd is stunned a little bit. Orndorff going right out after him.
They're out there in the mud, the blood, and the beer territory now.
Look out, rams the champion into the steel railing, but not head first. Champ caught that on his upper shoulder area. Both men outside, could be both counted out here. They're not careful. Orndorff just pulling out all the stops as he pummels the champion once more into that steel railing surrounding the ring.
Well, for about the first 5 or 10 minutes of this match, it was all Hogan. But now for the last 3 or 4, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff has turned things around, and he is in command. There's the champ out on the floor.
Look at him. He's reeling, Jess. His eyes aren't focusing too well. And Orndorff right on him once more. Went out there immediately.
Definitely, Orndorff's got to be aggressive. He's got to be aggressive.
Opportunity of a lifetime for Mr. Wonderful to get the gold. The coveted World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship belt.
Many wrestlers go through their whole careers and never get a championship match.
Absolutely, never get a shot at the title. Here's Mr. Wonderful with that golden opportunity, and once more, he's out, stomping away at the champion, who is still outside the ring. Referee trying to count him, get him back inside, but the champ's down once more, face first on that concrete. Orndorff now making his way back inside the ring. Referee admonishing him, but it's not going to do any good. Paul's going to do what he wants to do. It's now or never.
That's
Jack
right.
finally rolls back in. And Orndorff right on top of him immediately. Look at the pressure being applied here. That's an illegal maneuver.
Definitely, he's using that rope for added leverage, trying to cut off the wind of the champion. You cut off the wind, it takes a lot out of a man when he cannot breathe out there.
Look out! Both men in the suplex position. Orndorff showing us that power. Got the champion over in that beautiful suplex, well executed.
And the champion's leg is shaking. He is in big trouble, Gino. The title's in jeopardy right now.
Knee drop right to the esophagus, down for the cover again. He won't get him. That right arm is right out of there.
He almost got him, though. The champ is slow. The champ is hurting. This is the chance of a lifetime. We could be witnessing right here the change of the World Heavyweight Championship. It's in Orndorff's favor right now, Gino Monsoon.
History can be made right here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens as Paul Orndorff continues the onslaught on champ Hulk Hogan as he's down and bewildered and almost out. Wham! Oh, what a block! Hulk Hogan blocked that slam in the corner. Blocks it once more. Elbow. Wow, Orndorff now. Grab time after time. Into the top turnbuckle. Look at the champion. He's a house of fire. Where does he get that unbelievable energy? Both men slugging it out now in the center. Wow, what a slam by the champ. Elbow drop. Nobody home as Orndorff had enough left to roll out of the way.
That was an instinct maneuver completely on the part of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Total instincts taking over right there.
That hurt the Hulk. He come down heavy. Could have knocked some of that wind out of him. Orndorff back on top of things once more. He continues to plant those boots in the side of the head of champion Hulk Hogan. Orndorff now going to the outside. He's saying, I'm going all the way up. Orndorff on the top turnbuckle. Champ just making it to his feet. High cross body. No, he rolls over on top. The momentum took him over. He got him.
I question that, Gino. I don't think Orndorff's shoulders were totally flat on the mat on that one.
Hard to tell from our vantage point, but referee was right on top of the situation. Here it is right here. Challenger on the top turnbuckle. Over he goes. High cross body. Look at the momentum. Here goes over the top. We can't tell from our vantage point. But he got the 3 count from the referee. Let's go back to live action.
This is a match of matches going to take place right here.
Yep, all you heard that. That was 40 years ago today, March 21st, 1985, at Maple Leaf Gardens between Hulk Hogan and the late Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. That was a young Mr. Man. All you just heard showing a little highlight. It was from WWE's greatest matches, a Coliseum home video. And Vince McMahon was the host. It's probably from the name of that video was like 87 probably, I think. Yeah. I can't tell you NXT Stand and Deliver I think I don't know if it's okay or bad. I don't know what I can say about NXT Stand and Deliver. I wanted Jordan Grace to win. But I just don't know what to say. I'm gonna get down to how stupid and shitty this terrible show was tonight. Name of my topic tonight is called Lazy and again Lackluster in Las Vegas. WWE is going down the river soon. That's my topic tonight. Let me go down with how I'm really pissed off about how tonight's show. Then Now Forever opens. The WWE video leads us into the shitty show. The video kicks off the show with recapping last week's Raw. Randy Orton beat the WWE Tag Team Champions Tyson Kidd and Cesaro in a handicap match for. Hold on. Wrong one. My mistake. Hold on. Messed up. Start over again. Here we go. Then Now Forever Together opens up. The WWE video leads us in the shitty show. The WWE drone shows us Las Vegas Strip before showing T-Mobile Arena. Highlights from Sucklemania weekend. Pre-show arrivals. A black SUV pulled up the T-Mobile Arena. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins stepped out. Rollins is in a bright yellow outfit. Heyman is wearing a yellow tie. WWE Tag Team Champions Becky and Lyra Valkyrie are in the building. They will defend their titles against former champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in Sucklemania rematch tonight. I don't know why they want to rematch, because a victory was a victory last night. Sore losers. Intercontinental Champion Dirty Dum Dum arrived. Piece of shit. With a Judgment Day. Minus Finn Balor, who Mysterio pinned to win the title at Sucklemania. Finally, World Heavyweight Champion main event Jey Uso is shown arriving. Undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion John Piece of Shit Cena arrives following his record-breaking 17th World Championship victory. Undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion John Cena, who stands alone in wrestling history with the most World Championships at 17, surpassing the Nature Boy Ric Flair 16 last night at Sucklemania 41, makes his entrance. The colorful logos in this entrance are gone. It is a black screen that simply displays the text John Cena. Pyronet kinetics go off as he holds the title up in the ring. Cena points to ring announcer Mark Nash and has him enter the ring. Cena hands him a sheet of paper. Nash offers his sincerest apologies because his announcement has been deemed disrespectful. Nash reads, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest of all time. This never seen 17 gracing Las Vegas with his presence for the final time, the last real champion, John Cena." And we all know he's not retiring, because he's going to do what Hogan did in WCW as the leader of the NWO. With the late Scott Hall and with Kevin Nash and late Scott Hall. Cena holds up the title to a big mixed reaction. A Cena chant fires up, the lights go down on the crowd. Cena holds up the title again and sneers at the crowd. Cena says, "Winners write history." Cena says the crowd is not worthy. They think that on Friday they can bully him. Please, Cena, no one's bullying you. How are you the bully when you're the heel? How are you the bully when you're getting booed? When you did something despicable on Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber last night. Then he steps into a ring with a gold around his waist, and just because they cheered, he's supposed to forgive them? That's not how a dysfunctional relationship works. Cena asks if that's how they treat their wife or kid. Just because you show up in a good mood, you can still tell them to go straight to hell. Every one of them owes him an apology. We don't owe you shit, Cena. But they like I mean, we don't. I mean, we don't owe you shit because you're responsible for your own actions. They lack the courage to do so. The crowd starts to boo him. Cena says this has forever been the show where they hijack Monday Night Raw. They are all here for Sucklemania, and this ticket allows them to take control. Cena says the crowd has gone soft. A "We Aren't Sorry" chant picks up, and I don't blame them. They're right. Cena has the lights turned on and says this is an arena full of lowlifes. The best part is that the crowd doesn't mean anything to him. An asshole chant picks up. Cena says he may be an anus, or should I say asshole, but they are a group of idiots. For 25 years they call him so much worse. He's taken their best shot and still gotten up. What makes them think they'll be the crowd to crack him right now? They mean nothing to them. The noise means nothing to him. The only thing that means anything is this. 36 dates appear on the screen. 36 dates and he's gone. Time passes so quickly. Cena lists the dates and he's already made Netflix debut. Indianapolis, Toronto, London, Brussels, Glasgow, Las Vegas, and Las Vegas. We're down to 27 dates, not matches, but appearances. They say he can't wrestle, but he doesn't have to. You just have to show up and do this. When that hits 0, the professional wrestling timeline stops cold. Cena isn't stupid like the people. There'll be another Monday Night Raw, and they'll decide another champion. However, the title held by Bruno Sammartino, Roman Reigns, the title taken from him in Chicago by CM Punk, the title held by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin comes home with him. Cena says he is the last real undisputed champion of WWE. Whatever. Getting this hard was the hard part. The rest is a cakewalk. Cena just has to play like the puppets that they are. The best chance they had to save themselves was Cody Rhodes. The crowd starts to boo and Cena calls them heartless bastards. They go back and forth booing and cheering him. The men they put on their shoulders last year to finish the story now disgust them. That's what's wrong with this. Last night Cody Rhodes was outshined, outclassed, outwrestled, and flat out destroyed. It's time for the crowd to take a bold look in the mirror. The truth is there is no one in the WWE with the strength, the speed, the wisdom, or the ruthless aggression of John Cena. Unlike the crowd, he has a heart. Cena wants to do something nice for them right now. Cena tells them to get their cameras because they'll want to remember this moment. Cena tells them to make sure that they get a great picture because the last champ is here. And then bam, Randy Orton sneaks behind Cena and hits him with an RKO. Crowd goes wild for Orton and a loud chant picks up. Orton picks up the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion, looks at it and smiles and holds it up. Crowd loudly sings Orton's themes and he's fired up. Cena is out on the canvas. Now I know some Cena fans are not happy about this because after all the bad shit Cena has done, after all the bad shit Orton has done to Cena in the past, slapping Cena's father, slapping him, kicking his father, punting his father, kicking him in the skull, in the head, at leading up to their feet at Unforgiven in 2007. But I know somehow it looks like to me like Orton wants that title from Cena. It looks like it's gonna be a backlash, Orton versus Cena. Somehow there's gonna be some I think there's gonna be some interference probably if that match happens, Cena versus Orton at Backlash. And I know some of you think think there's gonna be Travis Scott who's gonna help get help from Cena, and all your fans gonna think that Orton's gonna get dose of his own medicine after what he did to Cena's father, leading up to the feud of Unforgiven 2007, punting him in the head. And one thing about Travis, guess what? Speaking of Travis Scott, guess what? Ric Flair said that. Guess what Ric Flair said? Ric Flair said that. He said that. Guess what he said? This before I finish up, right quick. Cena congratulates John Cena for a WrestleMania 41 win last night. What an old idiot he is. Hello, Nature Boy. It was a Las Vegas screw job, you old idiot, you old bastard, you old idiot. Did you not see Travis Scott interfere in the match? He had help. Cena had help. Wake up, you idiot. Hold on one second. Yeah, one idiot. And all the fans must be hypocrites too. One idiot he is. What an idiot, complete idiot is Ric Flair. Now we see a video on the WrestleMania Countdown show on Saturday. Bayley was attacked and taken out in action. Becky Lynch for joining Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie WrestleMania Sunday to beat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez head to the ring. Ring announcer Mark Nash had a few miscues with his announcement. As they head to the ring, they'll face Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyrie for the titles in the rematch next. And I mean, I don't know why they asked for a rematch. The victory is victory. It was no fluke. Then we go to commercial break. Gabriel Iglesias is at ringside. Brandon Dugabati is also there. The host of Pat McAfee's show are also seated there. Yeah, his friends. And Tana Paley and Gigi Dolan are at ringside to face the winners of the following match for the titles. Here we go. This match is something is shit. A rematch that should never happen. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie and the man Becky Lynch, who are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Referee is Chad Patton. The bell rings, and Liv Morgan immediately attacks Becky Lynch. Morgan stomps on her down in the corner and hits a running back elbow. Morgan follows up with a running knee to the face and a basement dropkick for a 2 count. Morgan talks some trash and clubs back a few times. Lynch fights back with a forearm, but Morgan answers right back. Lynch stuns her with a kick into the midsection. Morgan reverses a whip, but Lyra Valkyrie tags in. Lyra, Lynch, and Valkyrie hit Morgan with a double team hip toss. Valkyrie hits a running crossbody block before sending Morgan into the corner. Valkyrie stomps away at Morgan before hitting some strikes into the midsection. Raquel Rodriguez runs in, but Valkyrie cuts her off. Rodriguez accidentally throws Valkyrie into the Morgan. Valkyrie then knocks Rodriguez out of the ring. Lynch tags in. Lynch and Valkyrie hit stereo baseball slides on Morgan and Rodriguez. Then we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Rodriguez is stretching Valkyrie out. Valkyrie gets out, but Rodriguez takes her down. Valkyrie manages to get to her feet and hits step-up enziguri. Lynch and Morgan tag in. Lynch hits a pair of clotheslines followed by a jumping calf kick. Lynch hits a running forearm before sending Rodriguez into Morgan. Lynch hits them with a springboard kicks before sending Morgan flying with a Bexploder. Lynch picks up the 2 count. Lynch goes for a manhandle slam, but Morgan counters into a roll-up for a 2 count. Lynch rolls for a 2 count. Lynch knocks Rodriguez off the apron. Morgan hits Lynch with a code breaker before going to an oblivion, but Lynch counters into a manhandle slam. 1-2, Rodriguez breaks up the pin. Rodriguez drags Morgan to the corner and tags herself in. Rodriguez grabs Lynch, but Lynch hits a jawbreaker. Rodriguez quickly responds with a big boot. Rodriguez hits the second rope, but Lynch cuts her off. Lynch sets up for a suplex. Valkyrie tags in and goes to help with the suplex, but Morgan comes up and powerbombs Lynch. Valkyrie goes for a superhero Karana, but Rodriguez powers it up and hits a powerbomb off the second rope. 1-2, Valkyrie kicks out. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." Rodriguez goes for a John bomb, but Valkyrie gets out and drop kicks her to the corner. Valkyrie tries to lift Rodriguez, but she can't. Valkyrie changes her tactic and hits a tornado DDT. Valkyrie then powers Rodriguez up and hits a Nightwing 1-2. Morgan pulls Rodriguez's foot on the bottom rope. Lynch hits Morgan with a Lou Ferez press at ringside. Morgan quickly sends her to the ring post. Valkyrie hits Morgan with a wrecking ball dropkick and heads to the top rope. Rodriguez avoids the dive and connects with a big boot. 1-2, Valkyrie kicks out. The replay shows that Rodriguez made full contact on that. Rodriguez goes to the power bomb Morgan onto Valkyrie, but Valkyrie gets the knees up. Rodriguez goes for a big boot, but Valkyrie avoids it. Valkyrie sends Rodriguez out of the ring. Morgan goes for an oblivion, but Valkyrie holds up the ropes. Valkyrie takes her down and goes for a Nightwing, but Rodriguez grabs her. Lynch grabs Rodriguez, but Rodriguez kicks her away. Valkyrie knocks Rodriguez off the apron into Lynch. Morgan hits Valkyrie with an oblivion, spiking her right in the head and picks up the victory. And shit, this is what really pisses me off. Winners by pinfall and new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions once again Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Then this is what happened. Becky Lynch is angry and she checks on Lyra Valkyrie. Lynch helps her up and hugs her before connecting with a big clothesline. Lynch yells at Valkyrie and the crowd starts to boo her. Valkyrie looks devastated. Lynch goes to leave the ring, but she returns to punch away at Valkyrie. Lynch goes to leave again, and she returns, but she returns slowly and walks up to Valkyrie. Lynch grabs her and hits a manhandle slam. Lynch pulls her back up and hits a second manhandle slam. Lynch sneers at her and goes to leave. The crowd chants one more time. Idiots. They're really biased against their own fellow Irish woman. So Lynch obliges and hears the third male saying, and Becky chant fires up and she walks off. This is BS. Completely crap. Unbelievable. I mean, you gotta be freaking kidding me. This makes no sense. I mean, Becky and Lyra Valkyrie just won last night. I mean, Becky can't blame Lyra. It's not her fault. It's Liv and Raquel's. If they would have never been sore losers and asked for a rematch and go ahead and whine to fucking Adam Pearce of the Raw general manager, Becky wouldn't have turned on Lyra right now. And they will still be the WWE Women's Tag Team Champs. Now we got a heel husband and wife and Seth and Becky. WWE is a joke, and now they're gonna, you know what they're doing? They're gonna ruin Lyra's career. I think. I don't know why in the fans they were chanting go Becky. Lyra. It's not. I mean, like they're acting like it's Lyra's own fault. If they want to blame somebody, blame Liv and Raquel because they were sore losers. The victory is victory. They can't even understand how good and talented Lyra Valkyrie is. Lyra is a good athlete, a very good athlete. They were just. I said to myself when they won, when Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyrie won the tag team titles, I was thinking they should call themselves the Celtic Queens since they were both from Ireland. But they just got. But then once again they didn't happen. It just makes no sense. The only reason why Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez had to win over the Raw general manager Adam Pearce for a rematch because they're sore losers. They're crybabies. It was no fluke. It was a victory. You know what this means? This means that what they're gonna do. What they're gonna do now is they're gonna have a match at next pay-per-view Backlash. Becky Lynch versus Lyra for Women's Intercontinental Champion. And they're gonna let Becky Lynch bury Lyra Valkyrie, and because WWE, you know what WWE is, this is abuse of power. WWE is corrupted. It's abuse of power. I mean, they're this is. I mean, they're gonna shit on Lyra Valkyria and let Becky Lynch become women's Intercontinental Champion. I think the women. In my opinion, the women's Intercontinental Championship belt is a joke anyway. I've been watching WWE. I've been watching this company for 33 fucking years, and they do this shit. And I think that all fans who are chanting Becky one more time are to chanting one more time for them to do what they do for one more time for them to do one more time to Lyra Valkyrie, because they're idiots. All these fans. I mean, really, all you fans? What the world did Lyra Valkyrie ever do to you? I mean, she was never mean. She was never mean to all you fans. I don't know why and why you want Becky to do what she did to Lyra Valkyrie. That's just stupid. This makes no fucking sense. Now we go to a video. The Minute Maid highlight of the night is Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns and CM Punk to join forces with Seth Rollins on WrestleMania Saturday. Backstage segment. New World Tag Team Champions, The New Day, are walking backstage. They walk by Karrion Kross, who happily nods at them. Then we go to commercial break. New Day celebrates their championship victory at WrestleMania. New Day, New World Tag Team Champions, New Day, New Raw Tag Team Champions make their way to the ring. Yeah, they really shit on the War Raiders. They got buried. Kofi Kingston says they are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Xavier Woods tell them to get on their knees and scream in unison, "Thank God for the New Day," and the crowd boos them. Well, I'm black. Well, I'm African American, and the New Day, I like kind of like the New Day still. I don't. Well, I'm black, and I'm African American just as much as Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are, but New Day is kind of boring. I mean, this isn't 2014. This isn't 2014 anymore. This is 2025. I mean, they're old news. I don't know. Right now they're gonna bury a lot of tag team names in the Raw roster. The crowd booms from Kingston, says there is no tag team alive or dead that's better than them. They said they couldn't beat the War Raiders, and they did. Alpha Academy come out the stage. Maxine Dupree says to the New Day they might be the greatest tag team ever. The last time they faced Otis and Cesaro, they beat him in 60 seconds. Dupree tells the New Day to put their money where their mouth is and put their titles online in Las Vegas. The crowd wants it, so Wood says no. Dupree asks if they're scared and call them Minuteman. Kingston isn't happy and yells for a referee. The referee runs in, and the lights go out. And bam, wow, Rusev returns to a huge ovation. Rusev gets in the ring, and the New Day gets out of the ring. Rusev takes Otis down and squats Cesaro out of midair. Rusev looks at the New Day before turning a catch to Cesaro coming off the top rope. Rusev hits him with a fallaway slam. Otis gets to his feet and rips off his t-shirt, but Rusev kicks him with two thrust kicks to the head. Rusev stomps away at Otis' spine and applies with an autocade. The referee tries to break his grip, but Rusev is too powerful. Rusev finally reaches to hold. The crowd chants, "Rusev Day," and that's stupid. You know what? I know this for a fact. The only reason why I think the New Day hired Rusev, because they're cowards. They got him as backup just so they can get Rusev to protect their precious Raw Tag Team titles. And you know what this means? This means that Rusev is gonna make them keep those Raw Tag Team titles for a long time. Rusev, and then they're gonna have to bury a lot of Raw Tag Team Raw tag teams on the Raw roster. Backstage segment: WWE Intercontinental Champion Dirty piece of shit Dum Dum is celebrating with World Wrestling Entertainment Tag Team Champions Liv and Raquel, as well as Carlito. Finn Balor walks up the stairs of Mysterio. Morgan says a win for a win is one for all. Bullshit. She looks worried. Balor smiles and says, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." Balor turns to see Carlito. Carlito says he is going to fix the fact that all of them don't have titles. Balor turns and he has eyes on the Intercontinental Championship. You know what? I think Dum Dum is a spotlight. I think Dum Dum. I really hope that Finn Balor stabs Dum Dum in the back when when he comes to face, and I'm gonna be on Finn Balor's side because Dum Dum just wants to hog the spotlight, just like in '89 when Hogan wants to hog all the spotlight, and get have lust for Miss Elizabeth, his Savage's wife. Then Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky heads to the ring to a nice ovation. Then we go to commercial break. And Survivor Series is coming to Petco Park in San Diego in November. No roof. Does that mean no War Games match since the cage can't be suspended above anything? Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky. Wow, no War Games. So this means that they're gonna go back to doing elimination matches like they did before since '87. Wow, no more War Games. Yeah, Survivor Series San Diego, November 29th, 2025. Wow. Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky celebrates her WrestleMania victory. Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky says last night was the best night of her career. She is over the moon because she beat the best there is. That means she is the best. Rhea Ripley tried to forget her. Hey, you deserve it, champ. Interrupts her. Sky thinks Bianca Belair tried to forget her. Now the crowd will never forget her. Sky yells in Japanese and the crowd cheers. Sky says she is a genius of the Sky. She is Io Sky, and she is the Raw Women's World Champion. NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer heads to the ring. Wow, what's she doing there? Vaquer gets in the ring and congratulates Io Sky. She introduces herself to Sky. She's out here to show respect to Sky. A La Primera chant picks up. Vaquer says Sky is amazing. She is here to show her respect. Sky is the best. But she is not the only one. Vaquer wants to fight the best of the best. Sky asks Vaquer if she wants to face. Sky accepts the challenge. Sky suggests they do it right here and now. Raw General Manager comes out to boo huge boos. Pierce knows they want the match to make sure Las Vegas wants the match. They loudly cheer. Pierce says he wants the match. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer starts right now. Non-title match: Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky versus NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Referee is Jessica Carr. The crowd chants, "This is awesome," before anything even happens. The bell rings and they shake hands. They lock up and Sky applies a waist lock. Wait, one thing I forgot to mention. You know about Becky Lynch's heel turn. Now fans said I think fans are saying that Becky was the one that attacked Bayley. And you know what that mean? And that don't make sense. How in the world could Becky be the one that attacked Bayley backstage, putting her action when it was Liv and Raquel? That don't make sense. You know, I think they're gonna write that off the script and manipulate the fans think that Becky was the one that attacked Bayley backstage, not Liv and Raquel. And think that that's one of the reasons why Becky turned heel on Lyra, and that would be stupid writing and booking. That would still be really stupid to write her off the script. Write leaving Raquel off the script. Yeah, the fans, the crowd chants, "This is awesome!" before anything even happens. The bell rings and they shake hands. They lock up and Sky applies a race lock. Vaquera gets out and takes her down. Vaquera applies a front face lock. Sky twists out of the ring out, and the dueling chant picks up. Vaquera gets out of a hammerlock and takes Sky down. Sky wrenches the arm, but Vaquera twists out. Vaquera takes her down and covers her for a no count. And Sky takes her down and also picks up a no count. The crowd gives them a nice ovation, and Sky sends her into the ropes. And Vaquera goes for a head scissor takeover, but Sky lands on her feet. Vaquera hits the ropes and grabs Sky, but Sky holds the ropes and fights her off. Vaquera executes a standing switch, but Sky knocks her back. Vaquera ducks a clothesline, and Sky ducks the one as well. Sky does a handspring and drop kicks her out of the ring. Sky gets the crowd going, and Sky hits the ropes and takes Vaquera out with a suicide dive. Sky goes to put Vaquera into the ring, but Vaquera twists and kicks her in the face. Vaquera charges, but Sky sends her into the timekeeper's area. Vaquera quickly pipes up and comes off the barricade with a big cross-body block. Commercial break. Back from the break, Sky cuts Vaquera off and she goes to the top rope. Vaquera punches her off and has to patiently wait as Sky gets to her feet for the next spot. Sky finally comes to the top ropes and hits her arm draw off the top rope. Sky hits Vaquera. Sky hits Vaquera with a pair of uppercuts followed by a drop kick. Vaquera reverses a whip to the corner, but Sky twists through the ropes and hits her and strikes her back. Sky goes to the top rope and connects with a missile drop kick. Sky does a double kip up and celebrates big time. Sky connects with a bullet train attack for a 2 count. Sky positions Vaquera and goes to the top rope for an over the moonsault, but she lands on her feet when Vaquera moves. Sky appears to have tweaked her knee. Vaquera hits a dragon screw and crushes Sky with a bullet train attack in the corner. Vaquera pulls Sky out of the ring for a 2 count. Vaquera goes for a SVD, but Sky gets out. They duck a kick before Sky rolls her up and hits a double stomp into the midsection for a 2 count. The crowd chants, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Vaquera hits a drop breaker and a kick to the face followed by a drop kick. Vaquera hit grapevines to the head and drives Sky into the mat several times for a near fall. The crowd chants one more time. Vaquera grabs Sky, but Sky kicks her and rolls her up for a 1 count. Vaquera hits a head scissor into a roll up for a 2 count. Sky fights back and hits a double arm drop breaker for a 2 count. Sky grabs Vaquera, but she elbows out. Sky quickly elbows her, but Vaquera immediately fights back. Sky grabs Vaquera and crushes her with a German suplex. Sky goes to hit the ropes, but Vaquera pulls her back and hits a German suplex. The crowd gives this match a nice ovation. The crowd loudly chants, "Fight forever." Vaquera goes to the top rope, but Sky hits her with an uppercut. Sky grabs her to the top rope and nearly loses her balance. Sky recovers and connects with a Spanish fly off the top rope. Sky sizes Vaquera up and charges, but Roxanne Perez attacks her. Wow. Winning by DQ disqualification, still Raw Women's Tag Team Champion Io Sky. Vaquera looks confused and upset. Julia attacks Vaquera from behind. Perez attacks Sky, and Julia takes it to Vaquera. And this is my brutality. This is my brutality. Okay, 11:59 right now. Rhea Ripley runs to save. Perez charges Ripley. Ripley takes her down and knocks her out of the ring with a headbutt. Julia stares at Ripley. Ripley is sporting a black eye from her match at WrestleMania last night. Ripley and Julia circle the ring, and Julia then leaves the ring without an incident. Ripley sneers at Perez and Julia. A mommy chant picks up. And Ripley turns and looks down at Sky. Ripley grabs the Women's World Championship match and stares at Sky, and she gets up. Ripley hands the title and says to Sky and says she's coming for it. Well, I don't think so, Rhea, because how you know if you probably might there might be a WWE draft coming up this year. You probably might be going to probably might go to SmackDown perhaps, probably feud with for the SmackDown Women's title against against Tiffany Stratton. That's possible. Backstage segment. CM Punk is shown walking backstage. He's wearing a hoodie, but you can see his expression is not a pleasant one. Up next, World Heavyweight Champion main event Jey Uso will appear. Then we go to commercial break. Video WrestleMania 41 highlights and headlines. World Heavyweight Champion main event Jey Uso appears. A video of tremendous retrospective main event Jey Uso culminating his World Heavyweight Championship victory on WrestleMania Saturday. And he became the third Samoan American to become WWE Champion behind the late Yokozuna and the man who's still with us, and he turned out to be nothing but a POS, a piece of shit. The final boss, the People's Champ, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. World Heavyweight Champion main event Uso comes out to a huge ovation. Uso makes his way to the ring through the crowd and leads a massive yeet dance. A "You deserve it" chant fires up. Uso looks moved by the reaction he's getting. A "One more time" chant fires up. Uso obliges, his music plays to a massive ovation, and we see an incredible visual of Uso standing on the turnbuckles as the crowd yeets. Uso says the World Heavyweight Champion is now in your city. Uso is here now. He wanted this since he was a kid, and now he is here now. Yeet. It has been a hard road, and it wasn't that easy. At WrestleMania, he gave all he had to beat Gunther, and he made him tap. He tapped out chant begins to pick up. Uso says he is very grateful and happy to have this on his shoulder. He will show every week and day to put in the work, just as he always has. He's very excited to have Jey as the World Heavyweight Champ. They want to hear him say "Yeet." The Uso lets out a loud yeet. Sami Zayn's music hits, and he comes out to the stage. We haven't seen Sami Zayn since he lost to Owens in an Elimination Chamber event. Zayn gets in the ring and embraces his longtime friend. And Sami Uso chant picks up. Zayn has a lot to say. Not being here for the last 8 weeks, while Uso went through everything he did with Gunther, was hard on him. He wishes he could have been there here. Missing WrestleMania this year was hard. They don't do well on the sidelines. Zayn almost did come to Las Vegas but he had to, because he wanted to make sure that he was the first one to stand across from the ring from Uso, look him in the eye to man to man from the championship on his shoulder. And tell him how proud he is of him. So Zayn's voice is cracking with emotion. Zayn says Uso is his brother, is proud of him. Everyone knows that he deserved that. The title crowd loudly cheers. Zayn says it's after the Raw. It's Raw after WrestleMania. He doesn't want to get sentimental. They're here to celebrate, so Zayn tells the production crew to hit Uso's music. Uso plays music. They pose on turnbuckles. Uso and Zayn lead to the crowd in a yeet dance. Zayn gets down and stands up behind Uso. The crowd senses something is about to happen. Uso gets down and turns, but Zayn only hugs him. Jimmy Uso's music hits, and Jay's twin brother hits the ring. Jimmy and Zayn hold Jay's arms up. They celebrate with the crowd, and they do the yeet dance. They leave the ring and pose together at the stage before heading backstage. Rapper Metro Boomin is at ringside. We also see Chelsea Gray and Kaya Stokes of the Las Vegas Aces are also there. Chase Briscoe is also shown at ringside. Last night, Kathy Kelly ringed Logan Paul. She asked if he could have pulled out the biggest win with his manager, without his manager and Karrion Kross coming out. Paul says a win is a win. Wrong, Paul. Victory is no victory. All he knows is he won. Please, you had help from Karrion Kross. Everyone knows you had Karrion Kross. You had him stop AJ, you idiot. She asked what's next for him. Paul says anything you want, he'll do anything in this company. Anything with him, anything in the ring with him as a victim. He'll continue his WrestleMania winning streak. Like hell you won't. Like hell you won't. Hell no, you won't. Backstage segment. Jackie Redmond is backstage with AJ Styles. Styles says losing last night was a hard pill to swallow. Logan Paul uses lackeys to help, but he is moving on. Being part of a phenomenal is bouncing back. Karrion Kross comes up with Scarlett. Crowd loudly cheers Kross. Well, that's kind of stupid because I haven't forgotten what he and his girlfriend did in the past. Crowd loudly cheers Kross. Kross says there's no bouncing back from getting pinned by Paul. Styles is the best of them, which is painful that he got pinned by Paul and eliminatized him. Styles says he hated the person he saw in the mirror last year. If he hit Paul with the brass knuckles, the win would mean nothing. If Kross wants to be angry at the world, he shouldn't take Styles down with him. Styles tells him to solve his problem himself. Kross says, maybe I will. Preview of WWE Unreal coming to Netflix this summer. Backstage segment, Intercontinental Champion piece of shit Dum Dum is warming up. His first title offense is coming up next against Penta. Yeah, I don't blame Penta for wanting a rematch because he really got robbed last Sunday night. Okay, now it's 12:07 right now. Now it's April 26th, Earth Day. Earth Day today. Earth Day April 22nd, 2025. We come back from the break to see the ring general Gunther yelling at Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Cole gets to his feet and says he's just doing a job, and that's what he said. Cole says he's not the one who tapped out. And y'all, you know what? All you fans said like to justify Gunther said he should never said all you saying Gunther saying Cole Gunther was like tech Cole, and Gunther was like, are you trying to say it's my fault? Yeah, Gunther swats his headset off and shoves Mackie to the ground, and was totally uncalled for. Gunther grabs Cole and applies a rear naked choke, but Bantley breaks it up, thank God, with a forearm to the head. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce runs down with WWE officials and referees, and I was like, wow, Gunther, what the hell did Michael Cole and Pat McAfee ever do to you? Raw General Manager Adam Pearce runs down with WWE officials and referees. Gunther charges at and grabs McAfee, locking him in the rear naked choke and putting him to sleep. Members of McAfee's show try to help, but they're held back. McAfee is unconscious. When Gunther reaches the hole, the crowd chants, "Fuck you, Gunther." Gunther soon releases the hole and walks off. Now, all you say that McAfee deserves it, no, he doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve that at all. All of you saying that he should never that Michael Cole got what he deserved, saying that Michael Cole should have said, "I'm not the one who tapped out." I mean, means not. But you know what? Michael Cole is right. Yeah, he's right. It's not. It's not their fault. It's not Michael Cole's fault. It's not Pat McAfee's fault either. I mean, they were just doing his job. He's taking all his anger out on Michael Cole and Pat McAfee just because he got the living shit beat out of him by Jey Uso. He's no longer the fucking world heavyweight champion. Taking all their anger out on them for nothing. Now I don't say to myself that he needs to hopefully he needs to apologize to Pat McAfee, to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, but he won't. Michael Cole shouts for the Miz to come out, and McAfee regains consciousness. Cole helps him back. McAfee struggling to catch his breath after the choke. What a bully! Hope that he's gonna get some serious hell to pay. It's totally uncalled for. I hope there's gonna be a lawsuit and everything. You know what? Now what this means? That means they're gonna have to set up a feud between Pat McAfee and Gunther for a little match at Backlash. There's no call for that because Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were only just doing their job. Okay, I'm back. There's going to be serious some hell to pay for Gunther. Yeah, replay moments ago. Gunther attacked Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Gunther eventually choked McAfee out. Joe Tessitore is taking over commentary. Backstage segment. McAfee is surrounded by WWE officials. Michael Cole and Raw struggling. General manager and now appears. McAfee is still coughing and struggling to breathe. They get McAfee in the trainer's room. Pierce tells Cole to take the rest of the night off. Cole says Gunther may have broken his nose. Pierce has to do something about Gunther because he needs to be able to do his job and express his opinions. He's not gonna let a bully stump him on WrestleMania week. I hope I know some of you think Gunther needs to apologize, but he won't. There's no way he will apologize. He should be. I think Gunther's more like a disgrace to pro wrestling. Gunther and Braun Strowman are both monsters. The crowd loudly cheers as Michael Cole makes his way back in the ring. Tessitore is dressed like he wasn't expecting to be on air tonight. A real nice touch. Now we see this Intercontinental Championship match, which was bullshit last night. Dirty Dum Dum with Finn Balor, Carlito versus Penta. Referees Eddie Orengo. The referee bells and the crowd is firmly behind Dum Dum, which is stupid. They are all hypocrites. Mysterio talks about trash to Penta and clubs away at him. So I guess he's trying to, popular heel. How is he? I think the reason why they're cheering Dum Dum because he's a justified heel. Give me a break. Mysterio sends him to the ropes and leapfrogs him, but Penta fights back with a kick. Mysterio quickly gets better at him and stomps him down. Penta soon slingshots over him and hits a running Hurricanrana. Mysterio rolls out of the ring to recover, but Penta hits us for a drop. Mysterio cuts him off with a drop kick. Penta rolls out of the ring. Finn Balor teases, attacking Penta. Mysterio goes for a suicide dive, but Penta kicks him in the head. Penta comes off the top rope with a cross-body block. Mysterio rolls out of the ring. Penta floors him with a top cone helio. Then we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Penta hits Mysterio with a reverse sling blade. Penta drops him in the corner and hits a headstand slingshot drop kick for a 2 count. Penta goes for a Penta driver, but Mysterio gets out and connects with a Manushiku driver for a 2 count. Mysterio approaches Penta, but he is greeted with 2 kicks in the face. Penta comes off the second rope. Mysterio kicks him in the face and hits a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Mysterio heads to the top rope, but Penta connects with a kick to the head. Penta goes for a super Hurricanrana, but Mysterio knocks him to the apron. Penta responds by slinging him over the ropes, hitting a head scissor takeover over the top rope. Penta then follows up with a Mexican destroyer. Penta rolls out of the ring, and as Penta crawls over for the cover, Penta chokes on Mysterio before turning into a flying Hurricanrana off the apron from Penta, sending Balor into Mysterio. Penta puts Mysterio in the ring and heads to the top rope. JD McDonough returns to push Penta off the top rope. Killing is distracting referee. Mysterio knocks Penta into position and connects with a 619. Mysterio immediately follows up with a frog splash for the win. Wow, 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a freaking row, Penta gets robbed. First at WrestleMania Night 2. Now this shit. The Judgment Day celebrates on the ramp along with WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Finn Balor doesn't look too happy as a wrestler. And I don't blame him. I do not blame Finn Balor for not being too happy. I don't blame him for being pissed. And you know why? Because Dum Dum wants to hog the spotlight. Dum Dum wants to hog all the attention. Dum Dum wants to hog all the spotlight, just like Hogan wants to get all the spotlight from Macho Man Randy Savage. Yep, it's true. That is absolutely true. Okay, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor turning on Dum Dum. I'm gonna justify him. Yeah. A somber Michael Cole sits with Joe Tessitore as they continue to discuss the need for their protection to say what they need to say in order to do their jobs. A video propaganda video highlights El Grande Americano's win over Ray Phoenix when we all know it was that shitty Chad Gable on WrestleMania Saturday. AI generated images showcase pictures of parades in his honor. Backstage segment, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins are walking backstage. We'll hear from them next. And commercial down. Seth piece of shit Rollins addresses becoming a Paul Heyman guy. And we all never saw it coming. Paul Heyman makes his way to the ring alongside Paul Heyman. Rollins is in a yellow suit. Heyman is sporting a yellow tie, and the crowd yells sings Rollins' theme song. Rollins was victorious in the main event. No, he was not victorious because that walrus piece of shit Paul Heyman cost both Punk and Roman at WrestleMania. WrestleMania Saturday, we'll see Punk and Roman rings over the major assist from Paul Heyman. The crowd cheers for Rollins, which is stupid. We're starting a CM Punk. And OTC chant Rollins and Heyman stand to the ring and listen to the crowd. A fuck you Heyman chant picks up. Rollins stares coldly into the camera. He says, a revolutionary and visionary. Rollins says, I took a wise man from Roman Reigns. I stole CM Punk's best friend. I am a winner of the main event of WrestleMania. I am. CM Punk music hits to a huge ovation. CM Punk comes out and is taping up his right hand and prepares to fight Rollins. Rollins and CM Punk begin brawling in the center of the ring. Punk gets him in the corner and unloads on Rollins, punching and stomping him down. Heyman looks nervous and a new client gets taken down. Punk Punk turns and looks at his now former best friend. Heyman says Punk screwed up by compromising his relationship with his tribal chief. Punk grabs Heyman and pushes him to the corner, but Rollins grabs him and rakes his eyes. Rollins then drives Punk's skull into the mat with a stomp. Heyman stands over a fallen Punk and the crowd chants, "We want Roman." The crowd chants flash on the screen. Heyman says, "We are going to conclude the WrestleMania 41 by pulling the news all the way to WrestleMania 42. Come on, no. There's a new reigning and defending undisputed number one top star in this industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins. Heyman rolls his arms up. You know what? You know what this means? This means that WWE is gonna let that Seth Rollins is gonna bury younger talent now. And this means this is gonna make WWE very unwatchable. I'm gonna get to it at the end of this my rant. Roman Reigns' music hits and Rollins looks frustrated. Rollins dumps on an unconscious Punk out of the ring. A furious Reigns heads to the ring. Here, Heyman sneers at his former tribal chief. Reigns gets in the ring and ducks a clothesline and wipes Rollins out with a monster spear. Heyman looks surprised. Raymond then floors with his former wise man with a Superman punch. Reigns takes off his t-shirt. Getting the crowd fired up. Reigns sets up for a spear on Heyman, but he looks at spear in half with spear by Braun Breaker. Rollins looks confused. Breaker charges past him and hits Punk with his spear. Rollins embraces Breaker, showing that they were in on it. Wow. So wait. Breaker was part of this all this time. So he all along he knew all along. All this time Breaker knew all along that Heyman Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins were on this were working together the whole time. Breaker goes to the outside and attack Reigns, but Reigns punches him back. Breaker runs around the entire ring and puts Reigns through the barricade with a massive spear. Breaker grabs Reigns and rolls him into the ring. Breaker holds Reigns in position. Punk starts to come to, but Rollins takes him out with a stomp. Rollins tells Reigns that the future of this business runs through him. Rollins hits Reigns with a stomp. Heyman looks pleased with his newest acquisition, Braun Breaker. Heyman poses with Rollins, and as Braun Breaker, the show comes to an end at 53 p.m. Eastern. All I can say is this: I just like the late Peter Finch said in that 1976 movie Network, Academy Award nominee, the Academy Award winning film, or I think it's probably Academy Award nominated film. I am mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore. So way to go, Triple H, Stephanie, Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, TKO Group Holdings. Let's have Seth Rollins bury talent. Let's have Braun Strowman be the next Brock Lesnar, and let him be destructive and be a bully to everyone else, and put people out of action. So I mean, I can't. I'm disgusted with WWE. I mean, Stephanie McMahon is coming just like her father. Triple H, you can go to hell, and I mean the hell with WWE. I mean this stupidest booking. I mean all the WWE fans are watching this shit are ignorant. I mean, I know why in the world they're cheering for the heel, cheering for the heels is ridiculous, and WrestleMania is just garbage. I mean, I hope that CM Punk quits WWE. I mean, I hope that Cody Rhodes quits WWE for good, and he goes right back to AEW and drop a little pipe bomb to WWE and telling Triple H and Stephanie to kiss his ass. And I hope that his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who's God rest his soul in heaven now, will be very proud of him. It just makes no sense. I mean, all these fans are ignorant, like something stupid like this. I mean, Triple H. I mean, Triple H is the Donald Trump of WWE. He is. I've been watching this company for 33 fucking years, and they do this crap. Lazy and lackluster last night in Las Vegas. WWE is gonna fail miserably, completely. I mean, we all know Vince McMahon's not in charge anymore. I mean, they're gonna go. Trust me, WWE's gonna go right down the river. Just gonna go flush right down the river like all the other wrestling promotions. AWA. NWA, Georgia, WCW, ECW, World Class Championship Wrestling, Jim Crockett, and the list goes on and on. It really fucked over Cody Rhodes again. I mean, Stardust man who was Stardust and who was dashing in WWE. Can't believe Cody Rhodes no show last night. There's gonna be some serious hell to pay. Serious hell to pay, and this is gonna. I hope I'm feel like I'm really gonna start watching WWE because let's have Seth Rollins being arrogant ass. Let's have Becky Lynch. Bury female talent. Let's have the New Day bury tag teams on Raw. Just freaking believable. So there goes my rant for all of you. Now it's time for something I like to do. Oh, you know what time it is? It's time for It's time for Justin's Time in History of all the wrestling birthdays, pop culture and stuff like that. Wrestling birthdays and wrestling history and all that stuff. I think I already got the pop culture taken care of yesterday and yesterday for when I was doing my WrestleMania 41 rant. So yeah, let's go to yesterday's. I'm gonna go to yesterday's birthdays from April 21st. I got everything. A lot of you know got the, everything covered for 20th and 21st. So I'm going to yesterday's. Let's see. Okay. Yesterday was the 10th anniversary of the passing of Ron Wright. Ron Wright, from Smoking Mountain Wrestling. He died on April 21st, 2015. He was how old he was. He was 78. He died in Kingsport, Tennessee. So I don't know what he died of. April 21st, 2005. Yesterday we lost a wrestler named an Irish wrestler named Black Angus Campbell. His real name is Francis Patrick Hoy. He died on April 21st, 2005, and he was no date of birth what he was born in. Okay, yesterday's birthday. Yesterday was a happy. And by the way, one other thing I know why you fans are liking something stupid. One more thing one other rant I gotta say about something else before I finish up my birthdays. I know why in the world are you guys liking John Cena being champ when Cody Rhodes got screwed by Travis Scott. I know all of you thinking that Scott didn't screw Rhodes screwed Rhodes, just like Vince McMahon didn't screw Brett screwed Brett at the 1997 Survivor Series. And I know all of you thinking about one of the things about JD McDonough that are acting like JD McDonough didn't interfere in the match to cost Penta the Intercontinental title against Mysterio, and you're thinking McDonough didn't screw that JD didn't screw Penta screwed Penta. Just like Vince McMahon didn't screw Brett screwed Brett at the 1997 Survivor Series. All you need to shut up, all you fans. All you thinking that Lyra screwed herself, and all you thinking that Punk and Reigns screwed themselves, and all you thinking that McDonough that Penta screwed himself, and Rey Mysterio deserves to be Intercontinental Champion. Just shut up, all you wrestling fans, you hypocrites. Let me finish starting up. 62. Yesterday was a happy 62nd birthday to Miguel Perez Jr. All you fans know that they got robbed last night. Robbed. You got shafted. Yesterday was a happy 67th birthday to Bruce the Barber Beefcake, WWE Hall of Famer. And Axel Rotten would have been the late Axel Rotten, real name Brian Knight of the Rotten Boys from ECW, WWE, and WCW. He died of a drug overdose heart attack. He would have been 54 yesterday. And 1985, I showed it all the other day. And Maple Leaf Gardens, Hulk Hogan defeated Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. April 21st, 1985. And on WWF All-Star Wrestling, hosted by Mean Gene Okerlund. Okay, on WWF All American Wrestling, Mean Gene Okerlund show highlights of Ricky Dragon Steamboat versus Rusty Brooks, King Kong Bundy versus Ron D, an update on King Kong Bundy and Junkyard Dog versus Gino Carabello, Mean Gene Okerlund interviewing Cowboy Bob Orton, Alana Kai versus Randy Richter for the WWE Women's Championship match joint in progress, WrestleMania, first ever WrestleMania, and Piper's Pit with Jesse Bobby Ventura, David Sarmentino versus Dave Barbie, Big John Studd, Ken Patera versus Paul Roman and Brian McNamee. Mean Gene Okerlund interviews Magnificent Morocco, Bobby Heenan, and Ken Patera. And a couple of movies released in theaters on April 21st, 1995. Movies. Kiss of Death, starring David Caruso, Samuel Jackson, and Nicolas Cage. Supporting cast includes Helen Hunt, Academy Award winner, Ving Rhames, and Stanley Tucci. He also had a big year in 1995 doing the movie Jury Duty with Pauly Shore. Okay, the Basketball Diaries starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Supporting cast includes Bruno Kirby, Ernie Hudson, Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos, who also worked with Marlene Becker from The Sopranos, Michael Rappaport, and Brittany Daniel and Juliette Lewis, who also worked with DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Great with Johnny Depp. The Cure, starring Joseph Mazzello from Jurassic Park, and late Brad Renfro. Supporting cast includes Diana Scarwood and Albert Scoria, and Nikki Katt and Bruce Davidson. And Swimming with Sharks, starring Kevin Spacey and Frank Whaley, and Michelle Forbes and Benicio del Toro. And While We Were Sleeping, a romantic comedy starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. Supporting cast includes Jack Warden and Peter Gallagher. And in 2005 on SmackDown. Looks to me like Booker T, Booker T, and Booker T and Big Show defeat Kurt Angle and JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, and Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero lose the WWE Tag Team titles to Eminem. And Eddie just turned heel on Eddie Guerrero just turned heel on Rey Mysterio. And John Cena faces off against Orlando Jordan, who's now a piece of shit now, John Cena. Yeah, John Cena defeated Orlando Jordan, retaining his this was a non-title match. So yeah, John Cena became very popular. Now he's turning into be a piece of shit, and he's gonna ruin WWE, ruin wrestling just like Hogan did in WCW, along with Kevin Nash and the late Scott Hall, NWO. And now 2015 on WWE main event. Fandango defeated Curtis Axel. Brie Bella defeated Alicia Fox. Stardust defeated R-Truth. Lucha Dragons defeated The Ascension. The Ascension. And that's it. That is it. So that was do it. I'm the Godfather Soldier, Smooth Fleming. Subscribe to me, the Godfather Soldier, Smooth Fleming. As the late Chad Henshaw used to say, I like to dress up with Charlie Checkers, sing like Lionel Tree, dance like James Brown. I like to get in that hot tub, gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. I'm the referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. I saw old school Saturday Night Live when I was little on Comedy Central. And my mom told me everything about the 80s. So good night and have a good morning. It's midnight, get me some sleep. And happy Earth Day to all of you. And I'm gonna close out something for all of you this midnight. I'm going to close out this scene from the Academy Award winning movie 1946 called Network, starring late Penn Fitch, where he's saying the movie's catchphrase, I am mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, because I'm feeling the same way as him. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, because with WWE it's going with all this crap and everything. I mean, we already got Trump in the White House in this. So I hope all of you good morning. And I'm gonna close out with all of you tonight. Here it is to close out the show. This quote is here it is to close out the show. Here it is to close out with tonight. My this rant from the movie Network. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Due to the effect of the WWE's terrible booking. So have a good night, and here it is to close out the show. The movie's catchphrase from the 1976 Academy Award nominated film Network by late catch a quote from my Peter Finch from the movie Network. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Have a good morning, everybody. Peace.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go
You've
out?
got to get mad. You've got to say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
God damn it. Get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I want to see if anybody's
Go to the
yelling.
window, open it, and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.